Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where last episode we were fleeing from these guys, and as I was ending the episode I accidentally unpaused it for a little while. We need to run up over here. They finished their siege here. So that is understood. We are heading in to attack the Castilian Louisianans up over this direction, and we're going to head down here, but we have to run away over here. We cannot fight them. We know this to be a fact. We also have an invasion imminent up over here, apparently. I'm not sure exactly what's there, but Portuguese Alaskans, I guess. Sure. So we're going to head in up over here for now, and we're going to fight that. That looks good. We can see that their war enthusiasm is currently down to medium, so that is definitely progress. No doubt about that. But we need to get our forces retreated back behind this fort. We won this, and actually we stack wiped that. That's magnificent. I'm very glad to see that. And we're going to bring these guys on down. So that all looks good. We are running away over here. We're just going to run to here, behind the zone of control of the fort, for right now. And we're going to need to split these units up to be something like that. Okay, so they are making gains down over here. We do have 4% war score right now. That has come up due to probably ticking, is my guess. I'd like to eliminate the units that are down here, and we're going to do exactly that with our mercs. These guys are going to head up over this way. So that instantly stack wipes. That's understood. So that is all looking good. Okay, we stack wiped this as well. That brings us up to 5% war score. This is actually an interesting position. They just dipped down into low war enthusiasm. They were at medium. So we might be able to do something here. Now, we can't fight this. That is definitely the case. I'd like to stack wipe this force here. There we go. And actually, there's some occupation up here. English Mexico. Okay, so the British have jumped in on this and are coattailing. Understood. If we take a look at the actual situation out over here, Castile is fully occupied in their mainland territories by France. So we can probably pull off what we did last time. So what that ends up looking like, then, is we come in here, we go specifically to Castile. Castile would not accept this. They have one reason not to accept this right now. Okay. So we just tick it, then. This is all being flipped to Castile, except for this was occupied by Portugal. But most of this is being flipped to Castile. So this is a very good sign here. So I'm going to move these guys down here for right now. And we just need to get a little bit more reason here to white piece Castile. That's what we need right now. We're at 0 at the moment. And we have one reason. Okay, so Castile would now accept this. So you can see here, almost all of this is occupied by Castile. We piece out Castile, and this all becomes unoccupied, and we instantly get a big swing. So that's the plan here. We're going to send that demand. That's a draw. Now we're at 25% here, and Portugal's at low war enthusiasm, so we can definitely use this to our advantage, and we can take some territory up over here. How much do we actually want to take here? I'd like to take down to, like, here would be ideal. That's 20 reasons there. We have 12 more. That's 9 more. We need to wait a day, so we'll do that. Still need to wait a day. There we go. Okay, so we have 8 reasons with that occupation coming through. They would not accept this. They have one reason not to. They would accept this. So that is taking a fair amount of territory from Portuguese Brazil and Portuguese Peru, mostly because we are taking advantage of what's happening in Europe. We did not win this war. We need to consider this war a defeat, not a victory. And that's absolutely understood, and that is something we're going to do. So I'm going to send this demand, and that gets us out of that war. The game thinks that this is a victory, and, I mean, in terms of the casualties, I guess you could say that's a victory. 190k and 60k from attrition. So a grand total here of 250k casualties, whereas they had 350k, and they lost 24 ships to R1. You could argue that that's a victory, but the reason why I'm not going to say it's a victory is because we proved fairly unable to defeat their armies outright. we had to resort to shenanigans. And by shenanigans, I mean taking advantage of Castile and their weakness with France. So that is not necessarily turbo reproducible, right? That's the problem there, is that if we were to fight that war again, we can't guarantee that the circumstances will allow us to do that again. So that is certainly an issue, and one that we absolutely do need to address. So we need to get rid of our overextension first. And then all of this down here, I'm not sure how much we actually need to core it immediately. We probably should. So let's get going on all of that. But in order to deal with the issues that we discovered during that war, we can seize land. We should definitely do that. So, yeah, reducing our corruption by 26. We can definitely do that. So let's seize some land. And as I was saying, well, we should probably do a sale of titles, too. How many loans do we have right now? We're not paying all that much in interest. Noted. Okay, I'm going to drop our fleet maintenance for now, and we're going to head back to Satuda for right now. Yes, that Navy mission is canceled. So that's okay. I'm going to leave these guys up over here. I'm going to send these guys down here as they were before. And then this guy, he's going to come up over, like, here, and you can actually just hang out, like, over here. Okay. So we're out of manpower, and our armies are clearly weak. Right? As I was saying, we need to address that. And the way that we're going to address that is we're going to get as much military power as we can right now. Now, I do want to hire in an admin advisor. Production efficiency is actually pretty good. This guy's relatively cheap at 1703. I'm going to hire this guy, and this guy is disciplined. We cannot promote him. So do we have somebody that we want more? National manpower modifier is interesting. He is not an accepted culture, though, so we cannot promote him. Land force limit modifier is potentially interesting. I don't think we're over... Oh, we are over our land force limit. How much is that costing us? 5.38? Okay. That'll probably go down over time. But we're going to have a bit of a lack of admin power. We know this. But we absolutely have to go hard into military power. We are behind on our Miltech. I mean, we're on time on the Miltech right now, but we need to get that. And more importantly, we need to fill out quality ideas. And then probably we need to grab offensive ideas as well. So that is something that is going to be an ongoing project for a little while. We need to consider it a defeat here, and that is definitely a concern. Oh, we need to go into our military tab and mothball our forts. There we go. Cool. So Portuguese Alaska wants military access. Actually, we're going to give military access to everyone around here. We would love it if they weaken each other. That would be great. So we could do a sale of titles, and I think we probably should do this. The question is, do we want to put this into paying off our loans? Or do we want to put it into getting additional economy? Well, we're only at 39.399%. We're actually going to need to seize land if we don't want to have a bad Crownland effect. We did lose a stability, that's noted. And that's reasonably fine for now. So let's sort by cost here, and we're going to want to core these. There's actually not that many more that need to be cored. 13 Colonies was building a spy network. I don't expect that to be an issue for the time being. Cost of reducing war exhaustion. What is our war exhaustion? 3.44? That's not too bad. Okay, so that sounds good for right now. We'll make this core. That'll be fine. And, I mean, taking some additional territory down here is good for us, for sure. Particularly taking this level 6 fort. That'll help control this area quite a lot, although they're still going to be capable of sneaking through up here. So that is certainly noted. But what we need right now is a lot of manpower. So that's good. It is a very good thing that England did what they did, but like I said, that's out of our control, and I am not a fan of that, which is why I'm considering that to be a lost war. We absolutely need to do something about that, and so we shall. We're going to root out corruption maximally, and we're going to keep our army maintenance up as well. I do want to get these armies drilling, and this is going to cost military power to recruit here, except we've got this guy from our Merc force. So that looks good. We're going to do that, and we're going to get all of these forces drilling. So that looks good for now. These guys are not in position yet. They'll get there very, very soon. Okay, we don't have a leader here. So this is going to need to roll a leader. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so our first goal is to get Miltech 25. That's for sure. I want to get these guys drilling as soon as they arrive. There we go. Wow, the game is suddenly incredibly laggy. I have to assume this is because of the fighting up here between Portugal and England. That's insane. The game is very laggy now. So we're going to continue to convert here. That seems fine. And we have 606 gold right now. So, do we want to put that money into paying off any loans? We have a total debt of 1878. We can grab Enlightenment eventually, but that's a ways off yet. So that is certainly noted. I would like to get a promotable advisor here, or at least a level 3 advisor. This guy is not necessarily bad. He's an accepted culture. It would cut into about half of our proceeds right now, but keep in mind a huge amount of money, 8.58, is going into our reinforcement. So that is absolutely okay. And we're also spending a large amount of money on our corruption reduction. So that is absolutely fine as well. We do still have that unbalanced research, and we'd love to get this coring completed. But for now, this is going to have to do. But this is keeping both England and Portugal busy for the time being. I have to assume the reason England did this was because we inflicted like 350,000 on Portugal and their colonies, mostly their colonial nations. Portugal kind of never showed up, presumably because they never felt like they could actually transport past our navy, which is a good thing, to be clear. But like I said, Portugal never really showed up to that war, and it would have been real bad for us if they did. But luckily they didn't. We had a hard enough time dealing with their colonial nations. So that is a big concern. We absolutely need Miltech, and we need just huge amounts of military power. So to that end, we're at 544 military power right now. If we were to grab this, we're going to need 819. And we haven't embraced Enlightenment, so that is definitely going to slow that down. Now, I would like to get more constructions going. So we could think about building, like, manufactories. We might be better off building workshops right now. No, we are not. What about taxation? Nothing really there. So manufactories are definitely the way to go. Ooh, 50 admin power, potentially? We didn't get it. We got the stability. And we got another stability here, and a Miltech cost reduction of 10%. So a stability or 50 prestige. We're basically maxed on our prestige right now, so we're going to grab that stability. That'll be really good for our corruption. Okay, so that looks excellent. We are going to need one more month tick to get this manufactory building. And we got a heretic conversion done. That looks good. Let's definitely go work on that. Okay, so we can now get this going. Perfect. Excellent. So how much manpower do we need? 40,000 at this point. Okay, so we're going to be paying for this return for a while, right? That's not shocking. I do want to continue to make some of these cores, and we're going to have to make full cores after we get all of this done. So that is definitely going to be an issue for us. But we did manage to take some territory here and here, so that will improve things. We're making 1,400 manpower per month, which is decent, actually. That's not bad. But I'm definitely very, very concerned about the state of our morale. Our army morale absolutely needs to be boosted, and significantly. So we can see that our land force limit has come up a little bit. We're now spending about 4 ducats per month on that. And we would definitely like to continue to boost that up. Lose a stability or 10 legitimacy. I'm going to lose the legitimacy for right now. That is trending upwards. So that looks reasonably fine for the moment. Okay. So we're focusing very heavily on our military power right now. We could think about further upgrading these guys. I don't feel like that is necessary at this moment. We're gaining 14 military power per month, which is quite a bit of military power. Okay, Karl I of Austria is the new emperor. I don't care. That is fine. Where's our manpower going right now? We also lost a general. That is sad. I would prefer that we don't lose generals right now. We could, in theory, give our ruler military command. That would save us some. What are our stats like? 135 versus our heir being 166. Our heir is just better stats. I'm going to give our ruler command here, because that's not going to cost monarch points. So that seems good. Our ruler is now in command over this way. I would love to get us up to Miltech 25. And we lost another general. That is unfortunate. So we're going to have to roll one. There's no doubt about it. Very, very sad. We can see that this war is still ongoing up over here. Okay, Portugal definitely has forces out over here. That is noted. 15 legitimacy or 50 admin power. I'm taking the admin. We need the admin badly. So we're going to make a core here. And we'll be able to make a core here as soon as this missionary is done. Okay, that'll be done on, actually, next month, the 20th. So that doesn't seem like a problem. English Columbia claimed Sinaloa. Okay, that's not shocking. And we're going to get another conversion done here. There's actually only the one that we can do because we're coring all of these. So that is fine. We're going to need to get this core done soon. That's 93 that's going to cost. And we're still short 23,000 manpower to get our armies fully restored. Where is our manpower going? It must be going to this army. Okay. Plague, huh? We're going to go with the autonomy, but I'm not happy about it. Okay, diplomatic tech cost reduction. That seems fine. Our war exhaustion is coming down here, and we almost have enough to get this Miltech. Next month, we can do it. Okay, so that's good. 10 influence or 900 ducats. Okay, we're going to take the 10 influence. Thank you very much. And we're going to grab this Miltech. So we can see we are currently neighbor bonus. Sure. We're going to grab this, and that should put us ahead of time. 10 years. 10 years ahead of time. Okay, beautiful. So that's going to allow us to upgrade to Royal Mortars, which would be wonderful. We're going to be very happy to do that. And we're going to want to core this, but we can't do that just yet. We are going to be working on the missionary there for a couple of years, actually. But we don't have the admin power right now, so we'll give that some time. Portugal is definitely moving a lot of forces up over this way. Who's winning this? England is also at war with France. And the 13 colonies. Hang on. Did the 13 colonies declare independence? They did. Fascinating. Okay, that's extremely good to know. If they don't have 13 colonies, that's going to significantly weaken England going forward. Portugal is winning the war against England right now. But that's probably because England is busy fighting France in the 13 colonies, which probably happened because they noted that England was fighting another great power. This is kind of snowballing over here. So that is very good. Very, very good. That'll keep them off of our backs for a while. We still need 15,000 manpower. We're about 10 months away from getting all that done. That is a bunch of cores finishing. Perfect. And of course, we can make these into states, which we're going to do. So now we can start making full cores. We are a ways away from being able to core this, so I am going to start making some full cores here. That seems good. And we're currently making 7 admin power per month. Okay, we renewed a loan, which is not necessarily great. And we just finished a conversion. Now we should have a bunch more conversions that we can start to do. So that is good. Now, we can choose a new idea group, and I am going to do that eventually. Well, we probably want to go for I would like to go for an admin idea. Something like economic would be ideal. Let's go ahead and grab that, but I'm not going to put anything into it just yet. And then over here, I would like to grab offensive ideas. So it's going to be something along the lines of this. And we need to fill out these ideas. Desperately. So that is understood. Nourishing the gods, huh? The gods will get no blood from me. Okay. So there's another core finishing. That is great. We have no overextension at this point. That, of course, means that our corruption is going down by 0.96 annually. That is wonderful. We're very, very glad to see that. Good to see, indeed. And we do need to make these cores here. So it is currently 1720. This is going to be done in about a year and a half. Sure, we definitely can make these into full cores first. So that seems absolutely fine. So we're currently making about 24 ducats per month right now, and that is including this reinforcement cost of 9.11. How are we doing here? Ooh, we are almost done with that land force limit. Perfect. English colonies are building spy networks on us. They are still fighting Portugal, so I'm not too concerned about that for right now. We can actually pull this guy back. We don't need that for right now. Cool. So we absolutely need to work on our militaries. That is absolutely true. Portuguese Peruvians down over here. Now, that is where there's a fort level 8. That's going to be a little awkward for us because we're going to have to siege that back. That's unfortunate. And France wants military access now. Yeah, we knew they were at war with England, so we'll accept that. We are going to make this into a state. So how much more do we need here? Quite a lot of admin power is the answer. Okay, so we'll arrive over here when? 12 May? I don't think there's any reason to attack here. This is going to be happening no matter what, and we might as well give it an extra month tick. So that is fine. So we're going to give that one more month tick, let our morale regenerate. There we go. And now we don't actually need this many units here. So we're going to just leave the cannon, and the rest of these guys are going to head back up. But we know that this is going to need some 24 units, and there's only 20 right now. So we're also going to split off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, yeah, 5 is correct. And these guys, they're going to head back up over here. Because of attrition. Right. Okay, so we're going to need to move another unit over here. There we go. So now that will progress, and we're just not going to be taking attrition on these guys. They're going to be going back to drilling. So that looks fine. We renewed another bank loan, which is definitely not ideal. Okay, so we're at 233 military power right now. Portugal now has revolution, and they have chosen the revolution. Noted. France has taken over basically all of Castile. Okay. So Castile basically no longer exists. We can't afford the admin power here. We're going to have to not do that. Unfortunate. And yeah, this up here is getting very awkward over in Europe. The revolution is causing lots of problems, and that's good for us, ultimately. We're very glad about that. Who are these guys? Rio de Prata? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to make this into a state, and there's another core finishing. That is very good. So we still need to core this one. Province is currently under siege. Yes. A new level of army professionalism. That is good. What is our army professionalism level? It's not super high. Okay. But we are definitely interested in bringing that up. No doubt about that one. Note that we are also positive in our manpower now. Beautiful. We're making a lot of manpower. 1452 is pretty decent. So we can make a state out over here, and we can get a conversion going, which we will definitely do. I'm definitely interested in getting this done, but we need to get this siege completed first. So we may as well do this. Ooh, a university, huh? No, we're going to gain the admin power. Okay, so we can enact a government reform. And what do we want to grab? Absolutism and constitutionalism, huh? Governing capacity is pretty good. How are we doing on our governing capacity? We're actually getting close to maxing that out, so that is noted. Core creation cost reduction and minimum autonomy in territories, minus 5%. Possible policies. War score cost versus other religions. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to go with the governing cap, so that'll be fine for now. We got a wall breach up over here at long last. That looks good. And we can definitely continue to core these. We are very behind in our admin tech, and that is absolutely understood. Where is this rebellion going to happen? Huancapampa, huh? So that is down over here. I'm just going to increase the autonomy there. That seems okay for now. Cool. So now what do we have here? So this is only going to be in Chachapoyas now. So again, increasing the autonomy. I don't want to deal with those rebels at this moment. Cool. So that looks fine. We have dropped our corruption down to 13.98. That is looking good. We could grab sheltered ports for global ship repair and sailor maintenance reduction. We could also grab ourselves a diptech, which is probably not the worst idea. So that is definitely a thing that we could do. We're getting close to being able to grab Finest of Horses for that cavalry combat ability, which would be very good. We'd love to fill out our quality ideas to get that 5% discipline. That would be really good for us, but we finished up this siege, and we can re-mothball this fort. We can sell titles, but we need to seize land, so that is going to be available in December, very, very shortly. Okay, beautiful. So we need to get these loans repaid eventually. We can afford to do one of those, and that will boost our income by 2 ducats per month, so let's go ahead and do that. Excellent. Ooh, hang on, they're canceling their military access? Yeah, so we can see that Portugal won their war against England. However, England appears to be winning against France, which surprises me. France has 700,000 troops and 250 ships. England has 100 ships and 300,000 troops. That said, the primary war here is against the 13 colonies. So England is actually winning the war, I think. That's France's war score. Okay, 13 colonies is winning the war. That is good. So what do we got here? Gain 10 legitimacy and stability cost modifier. We'll take that legitimacy. That seems good. Okay, so we'll continue to core here, but it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to work on our recovery here. That definitely needs to happen. And we're going to be able to grab this cavalry combat ability very soon. Our corruption is coming down, which is fantastic. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.